life be without an existential crisis or two, or 5, or 10, or 20? A few weeks ago, I wasn't feeling good. So I was home a lot with a lot of time to think, and I kind of started to I got into this weird funk, you know? I feel like I just kind of lost my zest for life, you know, like something kind of threw off my groove. It was like a Cuzco status groove throw off. I might as well have been a talking llama. It was not a good time. Now, some call that an existential crisis. I just call it a Tuesday. This was not my first rodeo with this kind of feeling. Sometimes I think I'm so go that the second I stop, it's like I'm confronted with all the realization that, I don't know, I want more of a purpose out of my life. I feel like that's something I've been lacking for a while. I kind of realized I'm here in New York. I'm living a lifelong dream. I need to be out. I need to get off my hiney and start living, like start doing the things that I came here to do. So, as one does, I decided to sign up for a life drawing class. I was really big into art all through high school and college, and I feel like I haven't really shared as much of that. I feel like I need to really reconnect with that part of myself and start exploring more of that. I've really been in the mood to do more artwork, but I don't know, it's almost like a creativity block or something. Like sometimes I just look at the page and the blank canvas and it doesn't feel exciting, it feels overwhelming. So I felt like I needed to do something where I could loosen up, and gesture drawing is really great for that. I'm really hoping that this can help me get my groove back. Anyway, that's where I'm headed tonight, so I'm very excited. Oh my gosh. It is freaking snowing! I can't believe this! It's snowing already! Oh, well, I mean, I have to walk in that later, but it's fun. Yes, this thing still needs tackling, but we'll get to that. I have my warm winter coat on. I put my glasses on because without them, I can't see. Shockingly enough, these are my necessities for tonight's class. I have this pack of graphic pencils, another pack of graphic pencils. I got this little red charcoal pencil the other day, which I've really been enjoying drawing with. I was having kind of an annoying day the other day and I dropped it and I broke it almost immediately after getting it. Why do I do this? Every single time. Putting my scarf on, which if you saw my vlog about my little mouse roommate, then you'll understand what happened here. But right now this is my only scarf, so we have no choice but to wear it. Great. Oh yeah, and of course, this is my big brand new sketchbook that I bought. It's newsprint. This has been really good. I like drawing big. It really helps to loosen you up. Sorry it's so dark in here. My apartment gets so dark so quickly, especially in the winter. And while I love this apartment and I don't want to leave it necessarily in the near future, my next apartment needs to have a lot more natural lighting. Just saying. Sometimes I emerge from this place and I think that it's like midnight, and then I step outside and it's broad daylight still, and I'm like, so I'm gonna head to class. I'm gonna be late, as usual, because I'm late to literally everything. But I have a little YouTube video uploading because I'm really trying to be good at uploading more often. What else do I want to tell you? Oh yeah, this is completely a side note, but YouTube keeps trying to recommend to me to watch New York Minute with, oh my god, who's in that movie? With Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, with the Olsen twins. Like, I don't want to watch this movie. I've already seen it. It's a fine movie, but I just don't know why it's insistent upon me watching it. Like, what is this agenda that YouTube is trying to push. Anyway, I just wanted to vent about that for a second. And this is exactly why I'm late to everything, because this is what I'm doing when I really should be leaving. So anyway, let's go. Well, I do feel like I was feeling a little bit tired and almost like distracted in a way. Like, I don't know, I guess there's just a lot on my mind. I feel like I didn't really connect with the model as well as I have with some past models. Honestly, he wasn't in the best mood. Like, he was kind of angry, and the concept of a pissed off nude model is really hysterical to me. Yeah, I mean, I did get into it eventually. It just took me a little bit longer than usual. I think every day is gonna be different. There are gonna be days like this, you know? And the good thing is I'm doing it, I'm getting out there, I'm getting back into the artistic swing of things, so that's what counts. But man, it's freaking cold out here. I will show you what I've been working on when I get home though. It's actually the next day now, but as promised, I thought I would show you some of the things that I've been working on. Come and sit. Here are some sketches I did in one of my first or second weeks. I think these were either 2 or 5 minute poses, so they're really rough. This was from my very first week. This was a female model. She too was very pissed off the entire time. It's just like, I don't know why these models are so angry all the time. Like, is someone forcing them to do this? I don't know. The guy that we had last night was so angry that he at one point ended up getting up and leaving, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I hope that you're okay. So this was one of my all-time favorite models. He's a dancer, and he was such a beautiful model. Like, he gave us one incredible pose after another. We never wanted him to leave because he was such a good model. My teacher said that I have to work a little bit more on my proportions. His legs are a little bit short. Maybe there's a part of me that wishes other people had short little dachshund legs the way that I do. I think it's sort of interesting because I feel like you can tell through my work that I was not feeling it that much. This was the model last night. What I decided to do was kind of take more of an abstract approach. I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to play around with something more stylistic rather than realistic. Towards the end of class, I did start to get into it a little bit more. I wasn't really into it. My heart wasn't really into it. I thought, okay, I'm not gonna care that much, and I'm gonna lean into that. So all of the strokes will be very quick and, you know, a little bit more abstract. I actually really kind of like the way that it turned out. So I guess you have to use however you're feeling. I really like the foot though. Like, feet can be really challenging. Overall, I've really been loving the class. Tonight is my last class, so I'll probably try like a new art form at some point. I think it served its purpose for the time, and it was a really great way to loosen me up, but now I'm ready to branch out a little bit more. One thing about life drawing that's really nice though is you don't even realize how much beauty there is in the world until you start to draw things, and then you notice, wow, this is really fun to draw, and I never noticed the way that someone's chin curves like this, or the way the hands are so delicate. I mean, there's so much beauty in the world, and it feels like a real privilege as an artist to be able to be some of the ones who can capture that and lean into that. I'm really, really glad that I'm reconnecting with that part of myself. You know, it's kind of strange because I knew that I was gonna love this. I knew this is exactly what I needed to be doing, and yet I was resisting it for such a long time. And I was having this thought last night while I was in the middle of class because, like I said, I was feeling a little bit tired, a little bit distracted. And first of all, when I walked into class, I dropped my sketchbook and it was at a really silent time, so I think I was a little bit embarrassed and having trouble moving on from that. But then I was also musing on, why am I feeling so lethargic? It was almost like there's a little part of me that was thinking, oh, I don't even really want to be here. And I thought, that's ridiculous. Of course I want to be here. Every single week, this class makes me so much happier. I realized that when we're kids, we don't really have to think about being responsible for anything. You know, we have people surrounding us, we have structure surrounding us that keeps us accountable. Then, as you become an adult, all of a sudden, you're accountable and responsible for everything. Everything from paying your bills and buying toilet paper and feeding yourself. And then you have those sort of more fun things on top of that, like, yeah, doing my art class. Sometimes it feels like there's not energy left for that. The realization of, for the rest of my life, I am going to be the one who has to motivate myself to do everything is a little overwhelming sometimes. I mean, it's an amazing thing because that's part of the wonder of adulthood, is that you're free to try and explore, but it's also like, oh my gosh, there's so much to take care of and worry about in the world. So I don't think it's necessarily that I didn't want to be there. I think some days are just gonna feel a little heavier, and that's where that resistance kind of comes from, because your brain tricks you into thinking like, well, you're tired, so you know, you must not want it enough. And yeah, I do want it enough. It's just, life is hard sometimes. There's a lot. It's so easy to get down on yourself or feel like you're not being productive enough. We need to understand where these feelings are coming from, and that's not to say, well, you get a free pass to be lazy, because I don't think that's the answer. It's just acknowledging like, okay, no, I have been working really hard. I have a lot on my plate, and yes, I want to be an artist, but if there are days where that's not in the cards, I'm not gonna beat myself up about that. I'm just gonna keep doing the best that I can. I do also have to say, I think it's really nice going out to class. I know that you can learn pretty much everything online these days, but there's a difference. There really is a difference. I mean, aside from the fact that I'm getting exercise, walking back and forth, I'm seeing other people's work. I'm seeing other people's technique, and I'm learning more from just the teacher. I'm learning from other people's creative eye. So yeah, I mean, get out there. If you can, get out there, learn something new, and make something. When life gives you an existential crisis, make something.